He hid behind the tree. Oh no, he's coming back. Where are you at? Oh, he's running away. You can't see me in this. Anyways, oh, there's another bus. But I didn't go that way. I took an earlier bus. I was doing a clip and be in the Wi-Fi. I'm back to the community center early, before 7, and it opens at 7:30 on the weekend. So we are Saturday the 26th of April 2025. I am, well, tired, not awake yet. I'm going to take my first caffeine pill. Um, it's supposed to be, spring and all that. And now I'm like, okay, I should have worn my jacket too, but I didn't. So I could go to the bus shelter over there. That's my go-to. Where is it? Right there. Maybe I will, instead of sitting here, because I'm going to be here for a half hour. They're not coming for another half hour. I'll just bring a little bit at a time. So, you know, shelter me a little bit from the wind. It's supposed to be +9 Celsius, but whatever. Yeah, so I brought some gym stuff just in case. These bags will pop soon. I gotta get some new ones. I have a couple of new ones actually, or not used ones, but I gotta stock up more because these things last a few years. So that's good. I might get that one because I don't want to trudge along to the other store that's far. This one I could probably get today because it's at the grocery store near my gym. So when I gotta go get food, I'll probably get one of those, you know. And I have a couple in my bag, but they're used also. But you gotta have a revolving door of bags, just in case one pops. You gotta have backups. That's what I was trying to say. So, yeah. So, we'll see if I can make it to the gym, just in case I brought stuff. And then go to the gym tomorrow, because it's my day off. I did. This is my 6th day in a row. 6th or 5th. I got 4 days. And then today, did I do a day before? Maybe not. I don't remember now. It's in the past. But I sent the bill and I got the money ASAP. So I gotta take that money. I gotta go to the bank, transfer it before the government takes it. Puts it in an envelope, and work on my condo fees. Could I have something to pay for that? That's the goal. Condo fees, municipal taxes. Accountant didn't get back to me. There's a lot of things to take care of. So today's kind of like a back to normal day, even though it's only one day, because Monday and Tuesday I'm doing another place. But it's an easy class. So, but I gotta drag the mannequins. It's easy peasy. But my bags are overstuffed. Like I have food. I went back to making pancakes, so I had that, and I brought some extra. And I had the leftover rice and whatever veggies were left. And a briefcase box from like a supplies box, an art supplies box. A clear see-through plastic one that you get at the dollar store for $5. So that takes up a lot of space in the bag. and amongst other things. And it's like, okay, I don't want to have 3 bags in my hand like I did yesterday and the day. It's just too much to do every day. So I have 2 in my little, and then my little knapsack. But I'm thinking, should I get a pair of wheels for that? Like, as things seem to expand, you know what I mean? I brought masks here because you never know if they have masks here. I don't have valves, and if they don't have valves, we're just using the masks without the valves, and we're pretending to give breaths. And alcohol, the alcohol is still around from the dollar store that costs $3, but it spilt. Well, initially it spilt, and then I learned to keep the original bottle upright, which is a small bottle. But then the spray bottle got turned upside down. I didn't think that would spill all over, but the other day when it spilt all over, and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? So my answer is, especially with the way I travel, and if I'm at the other school, which I was, things get a little hectic. It's not my usual place, so and I have to run out. I don't stay there that much longer afterwards because I want to run out to the bus, you know. So it spilled, so I'm like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, okay, I got to pour it in when I'm going to use it and then pour it back when I don't use it. That kind of seems like the move, to make sure there's no spillage. Speaking of the school, speaking of the bus, yesterday I had my stuff for going to the gym. We finished earlier than the previous course. And everyone was waiting for that one rush hour bus, which is really fast. It's a one-stop bus. But then I took another one that came because they were waiting in line. And I was like, okay, let me take the other one that's there. I ran for it. And as soon as I got on it, I'm like, oh no. Because it had the indications of an express bus with the number system. But then it was doing every stop and it was going on the main road. So I'm like, oh, this is not good. Guess it's no gym for me because I don't want to just stay home and do plan B and try to do it today. So that was that. So it took an extra at least a half hour longer to get home. It wasn't as bad as the first bus that I would take, which would take an hour and a half. When you're going in rush hour, it stops at every stop. This one stopped at a lot of stops. But it took me to a metro stop that was closer to where I lived. Whereas the original bus, which isn't a rush hour bus, it takes me way far to the original bus stop, the original metro, that's far, and then you have to transfer. So it takes me an hour and a half to get home with that bus. But this took me about an hour to get home. Whereas with the rush hour bus, if I'm going to the gym right after, we're talking 40 minutes. So that's decent. I finished just before 3, and I got home around 4. So that was not good. 4 or something, I don't know, somewhere around there. So, but it was fun. The second group is always a little, depending on the group, their interest, their brain power. It wasn't as much this time. And I finished a lot earlier than the other teacher because the other teacher doesn't teach it that often. But she has a lot of stuff, which was cool. But I can't bring all that stuff that she brought. And we sat in, because we finished so early, and we still had a couple hours to spare before the person came in with the exams. I had them hop into her class, and then I would kind of partake in teaching with her or watch what he does. And she goes over everything, and it's to the point where she's really behind. And took less lunch break and less breaks in general. So like she's running herself ragged, and she doesn't know how to use the computer. Like there was a lot of issues, and anyways, but she gave me a DEA, a defibrillator, because she couldn't get to go in French. Like most defibrillators here are bilingual, and I was looking at it and I saw it said bilingual, but it didn't work. And then I went online, just went on to Google with the computer there, and so you had to press both buttons to change the language. But she gave it to me anyways. But then she took it back because she needed to use it for babies, and then I'm like, can I still have it? Because I wanted it because it was like nice. So that's good. It's not the same one as the ones I have, but I like it. It's like an old school one, small one, but really well kept and nice. So I was like, yeah, I want it. And she got me the idea of getting triangle bandages again. I don't know if you've been following me. Last year I was trying to get them done. I went to Fabricville to get material, and it was a fail because I tried to do one by hand. It was really thick, and Fabricville won't cut them into triangle like I want. And so eventually I passed and started using whatever, you know. And I bring old ones to my classes, but they have stronger ones here because there's another brand that's a little stronger, but they're still only for one use. They rip eventually. But so she gave me one of the ones that she had made, which had the sign, all the corners, everything hemmed and everything. It was really nice. And then she called it's because where she lives in the boonies, there's a seamstress. And so she had the seamstress call me, and I called them back, and they're like, well, you could find a seamstress in where you're at. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. So I'm like, I didn't even think of going to the seamstress to have it done. It was like $50 or $100. It's a price, but they last long and they're nice. And the material, okay, she gave me one so I could use the sample material and get some done, you know what I mean? And then I'll be good for a few years. So there's that, you know. But then how do I bring them? I wouldn't bring them here because I might, but I have to figure out like a bag, like a bag that will get everything done, or wheels. Like it's getting to the point like I'm carrying masks with me. I'm carrying a bigger box within bags, food. It's overflowing, you know. And she was working with splints, blocks of wood, and I decided to practice that with the people at the school. So that's the first time I did that because I never did that here. I do one thing at a time, depending on how long the class is and how, you know. Classes like I did yesterday, you have to keep them there the whole day, otherwise I don't get paid for the whole day, whatever. So, but I'm like, oh, I should get those splints at the dollar store, or maybe go to Rona or wood store, or maybe even Canadian Tire or something, and get some smaller ones, but then practice the splints and all that. So that's another thing I'm like adding to my repertoire to get people going. So I learned a little bit from this woman who was doing a lot of stuff that I don't usually do, but I think also she doesn't teach the class that often, so it's more fun. I don't know. Yeah, so all in all, it was a good experience. And then I gotta get some knee pads, like the little mats for planting. They're like rectangular mats, and they're using for your knees. You can get them at the dollar store. Get a pile of that, so I can put in my bag. Not for teaching here because I don't have room for that. But when I teach, at the schools or whatever. So slowly building things up, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here because I don't want my phone to die, even though it's on low power mode. I gotta take my first caffeine pill. Still have 15 minutes left, but just to kind of decompress, um, get my brain right. You know what I mean? So that is that.